Carles Puyol was a player who dedicated his entire career to FC Barcelona, becoming the true heart of the team. For over 19 years, he built a legendary status, winning 3 Champions League titles. But his greatness wasn't just about trophies. Known for his incredible bravery and deep understanding of the game, Puyol stood out as one of the best team leaders ever, inspiring many younger players with his determination and hard work. What made him unique? And how is it possible that in modern football, we will never see anybody like him? This is the story of how Carles Puyol became the heart of FC Barcelona. To fully understand the whole story, we need to go back to the very beginning, to the small village in the foothills of Catalonia called La Pobla de Segur. It was there that Carles Puyol, the son of a humble family, spent his childhood playing football in dusty fields, imagining the day he would wear the colors of Barcelona. His parents, however, had different dreams for him. They wanted a stable life for their son, far from the uncertain world of professional sports. Puyol's early life was steeped in hard work and discipline. His father, Josep, worked tirelessly in a factory to support the family, while his mother managed their modest household. The Puyols were not wealthy, but they were rich in values. Loyalty, honesty, and effort were non-negotiable principles in their home. As a child, Puyol tried to follow the well-trodden paths of footballers. He started as a goalkeeper, but soon found himself out of his depth. Then, he tried his hand as a winger and later as a striker, showing promise, but never standing out. It seemed like the world didn't know what to do with this rugged, determined boy. Despite the lack of recognition, Puyol didn't give up. His greatest asset wasn't his skill, but his refusal to quit. At 17, Puyol's fortunes shifted. A scout from Barcelona visited his regional club to observe the players. He left at halftime, unimpressed by what he saw. But when another chance came, a one-day trial at Barcelona's prestigious La Masia academy, Puyol seized it with both hands. As he packed his boots, his father stopped him. "If they send you home because others are better, that's fine," Josep said. "But if they send you back because you didn't try your hardest, don't come home." Those words would guide Puyol for the rest of his life. Fortunately for the young boy, he was accepted to the club, but the reality was far from what he had imagined. At La Masia, Puyol wasn't the golden child. Most players were handpicked as children carefully coached to embody Barcelona's elegant, technical style of play. Puyol was different. He wasn't subtle or refined, he was raw, scrappy, and physical. Coaches mocked him for his shaggy hair, and Louis van Gaal, Barcelona's head coach, dismissed him outright. But every time the door seemed to close, Puyol forced it open with sheer determination. In 1999, injuries in the first team gave Puyol a chance to debut. As a right back, he showed flashes of his future self, unrelenting, fearless, and utterly selfless. The fans, accustomed to Barcelona's technical finesse, saw something different in Puyol, a player who would bleed for the badge. As time passed, Puyol's position at Barcelona became stronger. He played more often in the starting 11 and received positive comments. A pivotal moment came during an El Clásico. Puyol was tasked with marking Luis Figo, a Barcelona icon who had controversially transferred to Real Madrid. The atmosphere was hostile, the fans baying for blood. But Puyol remained composed. He stuck to Figo like a shadow, neutralizing him completely and earning a standing ovation from the Barcelona faithful. By 2004, Carles Puyol had risen to a position that reflected far more than his skill with the ball. He became the captain of FC Barcelona. For Puyol, being a captain wasn't just about wearing the armband or leading the team out of the tunnel. Instead, he sought to embody the values of the club, displaying bravery, discipline, and a constant desire to inspire those around him. On the pitch, he wasn't the most technically gifted or celebrated player. He didn't score goals like Ronaldinho or Xavi, nor did he dazzle crowds with tricks or flair. But what he brought to the team couldn't be measured in stats. Puyol was their beating heart. His influence extended far beyond the grass. In the locker room, where egos and emotions often clashed, Puyol acted as the glue that held the team together. When tensions flared between two of Barcelona's biggest stars, Ronaldinho and Samuel Eto'o, threatening to divide the squad, Puyol stepped in. He listened to both sides, understood their frustrations, and resolved the conflict with a maturity and wisdom that belied his stern, straightforward attitude. Under Puyol's captaincy, every player knew that the team came before individual ambitions. One of the most defining relationships of Puyol's career was his partnership with Gerard Piqué, a younger, more technically refined defender who came from a wealthy family deeply connected to Barcelona. They were polar opposites: Piqué, a refined player from a wealthy background, and Puyol, the rugged warrior. But together, they were unbreakable. Puyol's relentless focus kept Piqué grounded, and Piqué's composure complemented Puyol's fiery energy. "We were winning 4-0, and someone was getting stretchered off," Piqué once recalled. "Even then, Puyol was shouting at me to stay focused." Success followed Puyol like a shadow, but so did tragedy. Barcelona's golden era began with his captaincy, culminating in the historic sextuple in 2009, 6 trophies in a single year. Under Pep Guardiola, Barcelona played the most beautiful football the world had ever seen, with Puyol as its unshakable foundation. In 2006, just as Carles Puyol was reaching the pinnacle of his career, tragedy struck. Shortly after lifting the Champions League trophy with Barcelona, Puyol's father, Josep, passed away in a tragic work accident. The news shattered him. Josep had been a constant source of strength and inspiration, the one who had taught him the values of loyalty, discipline, and relentless effort. His loss left a void that no trophy or victory could ever fill. Football became more than just a game for Puyol. It became a way to honor his father's legacy, to carry forward the lessons of resilience and dedication that had defined his life. Years of honing his football skills at Barcelona played a key role in his numerous successes with the Spanish national team. Alongside his victories, Puyol had several unforgettable moments. One of the most iconic came during the 2010 World Cup semi-finals. As the match against Germany was drawing to a close in a goalless draw, Puyol soared into the air and powered a header into the net, sending Spain to their first ever World Cup final. His celebration was raw and unbridled, testament to years of sacrifice. Spain won the tournament, cementing Puyol's legacy as one of the greatest defenders in history. But unfortunately, it was one of the last good moments of his career. Carles Puyol's fearless approach to football came at an immense personal cost. Over his career, he suffered 36 documented injuries, including broken bones, torn ligaments, and chronic knee problems. He threw himself into every tackle, cleared balls with his head where others wouldn't dare, and played through pain that would sideline most players. The breaking point came after the 2010 World Cup. Chronic knee problems worsened, forcing him into multiple surgeries. On the pitch, each return was more and more difficult as his body fought back harder with less memory of how to do it. Despite this, he did not give up. Just 70 days after a major knee operation, Puyol returned to training against doctors' advice, saying, "Football was my cure." In the 2011 Champions League final at Wembley, he played only 2 minutes because of injury, but even that night, he made a significant mark in football history. When the referee blew his final whistle and Barcelona won their 4th Champions League, Puyol passed the trophy onto Eric Abidal, the cancer survivor, to raise it for the first time. At that moment, for Puyol, the smile of a friend was more important than the honor of lifting the trophy. The words of Gerard Piqué prove this fact. "They can look for it all they want. They will never find another Puyol." After more than 3 years of constantly battling injuries, Carles Puyol realized that his time had come. On the 15th of May 2014, during an official goodbye press conference, Puyol announced that he was ending his football career and would not play for any other club. As he said himself, the reason for ending his career was the lack of solution to the treatment of his knee injury, adding that he broke his contract in order to not take the money or the place he knew others deserved. Carles Puyol was not the fastest, nor the strongest, nor the most naturally gifted player, but he was the most courageous, the most faithful, and the most hard-working of all. He represented principles which seem to be disappearing in today's footballers: the spirit of dedication, humbleness, and devotion. Thus, the story of Carles Puyol is not just about football and scores, it is about the ability to get up after failures, about the value of character, and about the fact that success is not always determined by the number of championships, but by the person's impact on society.